Hi, hello, and welcome. I am definitely not Vlad, and you're watching me level my character to 70 so that I can start pugging my way to 2.8k rating. I might actually only do uh, getting every portal. That depends on how we feel about pugs. And I keep saying that every episode, but if you're just joining us, hi, hello, and welcome again. Uh, yeah, so I'm going to try and get my butt to 70 so that I can start pugging. Right now we're doing Wrath of the Lich King dungeons. I don't know how many I've done so far, but I'm getting a lot of repeats. And in the last episode, the one right before this, yes, that is the definition of the last episode. Anyway, uh, we had some very long queue times. I think one of them was like 12 minutes in queue. I edited that out of the video because screw that, but I'm just going to immediately queue up so that while I do my chit chat bit here at the beginning, we're already in queue. In fact, actually, I think I'm going to shut my mouth and just wait for the queue to pop, and then I'll talk about stuff. Oh, here we go. We've got a dungeon. That took, I don't know how long, but it's been a hot minute. Come on, DPS, let's go. I want to kick some butt. Please give me a dungeon that I have not done the quests for. I would really appreciate that, because that would help me level faster. Or, fuck me. Okay, well, at least this isn't a long dungeon. Let's speed everybody up. We are bear form. Hopefully this time I get healed here. We do have a cheat death now. We didn't have that the one run where we did this for the second time the first time. You can only do it the second time for the first time once though, Vlad. What am I even saying? Gonna pop survival instincts. Surely I'm going to get stunned here soon. I'm gonna knock him back and just not get my ass kicked. Maybe that works because these guys can keep DPSing them. My knockback also slows them. And they can't stun me if they can't get to me. Very nice. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. Maybe because I'm a dum-dum. Okay. I'm going to pull this to the next group. There's not much reason for me to fight them right here. Let me just bop this guy on the chain. There we go. The healer is actually healing me. I believe this is the exact same healer we had last time. Sorry, bud, I can't really help you because I'm stunned for 2 hours because this game's really fun in Wrath of the Lich King and TBC. They just decided, you know what would be really cool? If every single group of mobs in the fucking dungeon had a stun. That seems like a really fun and engaging and entertaining gameplay mechanic of just not being able to play the game as the tank for a while. Anyway, my salty rant is done now. Let me see what I'm going to spend these talent points on. I think I want a shorter cooldown on this because I've been just fearing for my life the entire time. And I'm going to go into Twin Moonfire because then I can Moonfire two things that are in combat with me at the same time. So if I Moonfire this, it's going to only Moonfire that. But if I Moonfire the other one when they're both in combat with me, it'll Moonfire both of them. And that's a little bit annoying because see here when I pull, I would like it to Moonfire two targets, but it only Moonfires one. But it is smart enough to only Moonfire, or to apply the second Moonfire only to a target that does not have a Moonfire on it. So that's a big bonus. These are probably really, really loud. Can I remove the enrage on this? Yes, I can. Use that soothe I spec'd into. To be honest, I spec'd into smooth just to get into stampeding roar, but let's not talk about that. Not to Soothe's face. They're gonna hurt Soothe's feeling. Is that even English? What am I saying? What year is it? Where am I? You're not my real mom. Sorry, got lost in the sauce there for a second. Okay, so we have a strategist, we have a rune caster, and we have... Yeah, we're just going to focus on the rune caster here. When he does his shield rune, I would like to interrupt that. Okay. Just going to keep staring at him. Get that shield rune. I don't care about that rune. I care about the shield rune. Is the shield rune coming? The shield rune isn't coming. I'm moving over here to grab these mobs. Somebody's going to get ice tombed, and I want to be able to help that person right away, like that. Very nice. Beautiful. We got quite a few pumpers. This warlock's doing quite good damage. I enjoy seeing that. Frost tomb on someone. I can't see the frost tomb. That means they either... Oh, there's the person. Ah, they were being greedy. They were grabbing quest items. Okay, we got it. I couldn't find it because they were over there trying to ninja quest items. Let me speed everyone up. Well, at least most people. Alright, not gonna get charged here, that's good. Somebody else will, not my problem though. Barks can hear, because there's a lot of enemies hitting me, may as well. Start using that rage on some iron fur. We're gonna stand still so that people can actually do their damage, because you have 2 casters in the group. Well, 3 casters if you count the healer. Healer hasn't been doing much DPS, probably because I'm giving him a lot of things to heal. Or a lot of damage to heal, because I'm not so good about taking care of myself when I'm gathering for a pull. I just don't think of it as much as I should. That's like a big downside, and it's something I actually have to take into account a lot more, because especially on fortified keys or even on high tyrannical keys later on, I'm gonna have to take a bit better care of myself, otherwise I'm gonna keep dying and wiping my group, and that's not a good thing. Okay, we've got the rune caster. I'm waiting for him to do the shield rune. I don't care about the other one. The other one is just damage. I keep saying that, not even because I'm explaining it anymore, just because I have to keep reminding myself. Okay, that was very good. Kitty cat form, get around a little bit quicker. I think I even have a dash. Nice. People are able to keep up. The warlock's doing quite well on keeping up with his burning rush. Okay, there's the rune caster. Target him. Look for the yellow rune that he casts, if he casts it. Pop 1 charge of frenzy regen. Why not? Is he gonna cast it? No, but I'll kick. Dang it! I jumped the gun on that one. Shaman can purge this if he has purge talented. He may not. Okay, back into kitty cat form. And back into bear form. Didn't last for very long. Okay, we got all of these. Let's group them up. Let people burn them down. I like the shaman, he's actually healing me. That's very nice. Okay, I'm going to charge my butt in there. Never mind, I'm not gonna. I am gonna. Never mind. Double never mind. I'm gonna kick one of those shadow bolts. People seem to be focusing the muscle guy. I'll focus the caster. The idea behind this boss is to kill them at a roughly the same time, so that you don't have to deal with the guy that becomes a ghost, who you then can't kill. Give everybody a nice little speed up with Stampeding Roar. Can't wait to make that a 1-minute cooldown, but that's going to take quite a few more levels, I think, because it's locked behind 3 levels and 3 talent points into this, which is rough. That's a lot. Alright, almost at the next group. We've got a rune caster. We're going to focus on the rune caster because we want to get that shielding rune kick. Hopefully I don't kick the wrong one, but apparently I won't kick anything because he just died, dude. He just fell over before he could cast anything. He underestimated us. This time there is a caster in this group. Oh, I jumped into a cage because I jumped behind the person, or the spiritualist. Spiritualist casts a healing wave, so we're gonna look for that, try and kick that. Didn't get to it, was too busy casting lightning bolt. Alright, I switched into travel form up here because you can be on a mount in this dungeon in this area. And we're gonna charge down. Hopefully that moonfire keeps aggro. I am going slightly into the arcane bear talents now, so the damage from moonfire might actually be enough to hold aggro there. Can pop one of our frenzied regens. I don't know how loud their yelling is. I think the dragon is what's really loud. Looking at my audio levels, I should be louder than the dragon roars, but can't tell for sure. Although the recoil guys are also funny. Is that what they're called? Recoil? Recoil? I'm not even sure. The really tall human looking guys, they're pretty loud as well when they make a very loud dying noise. Alrighty. This guy does a frontal that I can move out of. In P2, when he comes back from the dead, the frontal is pretty big, from what I understood. Maybe it's like a cone in front of him anywhere, so maybe I should just stand behind him. We'll try standing behind him when he comes back to life. I'm not going to bother walking away from the, whatchamacallits, from that roar. It is an interrupt, and it does quite a bit of damage, but I'm just going to bark skin it, because bark skin is just straight up 20% damage reduction. So magic damage, physical damage doesn't matter. Dreadful Roar. Yeah, it didn't even do that much. Heck it. Let's wait for that slam. Berserk just came off cooldown, and Berserking. We're going to move a little bit so this rogue doesn't get his smashed by that spinning weapon.
Shockwave.
There's a dark smash. Let's see. If I stand behind, it doesn't hit me. Or maybe he just died before it went off. I don't know for sure. But this belt is a nice little upgrade. Yeah, I want to equip that. I'm not giving it to the rogue. Ah, this green item is actually an upgrade as well. We're going to put this to the side for level 60. Wow. This cloth item has more armor than my leather item because it's more than twice the item level. I need a new chest piece is what I need. But anyway, let's leave this instance group. Ooh, they were about to queue for more. With the healer, possibly. Maybe I should have done that. Floating bear. Was a floating bear there for a second. Yeah, I'm just going to queue up. How much gold do I have? 388 gold. While I'm in the... Oh, excuse me. While I'm in the queue, I'm going to go and grab one of these cloaks. I like the haste versatility one more. So we're going to grab that. Just going to quickly check if there's a tertiary stat for the same price. There's quite a few of them. I don't see any. Oh, there's one with leech for just the same. No, this one has leech for the same price. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy. So we got a pretty decent set of gear here available for level 70. If I equip all of it, basically I am instantly 376 item level as soon as I hit level 70. That's actually really, really nice. Now I can start saving all of my gold for the crafted items that I'll need once I'm, once I get my splintered sparks to get the 424 crafts maybe, because they're relatively cheap if you could find someone who's going to craft it for you for cheap. So I might be doing some sniping in trade chat, trying to find people that are willing to craft it for me. I don't want to do it with people who are, who have seen these videos, which would be literally maybe like 5 people on Terran Mill or something. So I don't want any handouts. I don't want any charity. I just want to be lucky and find someone who's willing to do it for me for cheapo. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out. More often than not, you're able to find someone who's willing to craft it for just like a nice little tip or whatever, for like 1,000 gold or whatever, because they don't really care about the metal. The pricing behind crafting high item level stuff or like very high quality stuff, you know that there's the, if you're not familiar with the crafting system, so the way it basically works is, actually, I just realized I probably shouldn't talk while I'm just sitting here in queue. I'll talk about this once we get a dungeon pop and we start running through the dungeon. Well, that's 5 minutes in the queue. Let me guess, we're waiting on a healer. We're waiting on everything. I'm all alone in the queue. And that's 10 minutes in the queue. One of these days, I'll get somebody to join me in the queue. Oh my goodness, we got it. It was just a bit over 10 minutes in the queue. And of course it's one that I've already freaking done, man. I am done with Wrath of Lich King dungeons. This is the last one I do. I ain't doing this again. I also am not going to do the crazy freaking pull again, because that is just not worth at all. Just gonna keep popping that. I'm gonna switch to cat form because he hit me with a frostbolt, which slows me down. I don't want to get slowed down. I want to go fast. Let them deal with the magus. Right, so I'm going to only pull one ranger at a time. Everything else is fair game. Here's the berserker. I think if I hit anything there, it's going to immediately pull the rest of it. Alright, let's try and keep ourselves healthy while the healer catches up. We're going to incapacitating roar, the first one. I just need that ranger to die. As soon as that ranger's dead, I'm going for the next group. There we go. Okay, there's no more. There's only one ranger here. We're gonna save our typhoon for it. When it starts the channel, we're gonna use typhoon. There's the rapid fire. We're going to use typhoon to interrupt that. Since it's a channeled ability, I do believe it goes on cooldown even if we interrupt it. by a CC and not a kick, since you can't do it any other way. I think I can grab that one guy, and then I'll just take the... Can I get some healing? Any healing? Like just a little bit of healing? Just a little bit of love so I can actually do stuff. We have the roar. We're going to use the roar to interrupt that channel on the ranger. I just realized I have all these freaking thingy things showing me that I have procs. I did not notice that until just now because I was just staring at stuff this time. Okay, somebody's real angry at that ranger. He's gonna die quick. Okay. That was much smoother than, you know, pulling the whole room and dying because there's no CC for the rangers. Okay, so the rangers are the problem. Nothing else is the problem in that room. I don't want to get chain silenced here, so I'm going to go ahead and only pull this group. The silence is only a problem for me casting, I believe, Regrowth. I can't cast Regrowth and maybe Moonfire while I'm silenced because it's considered an actual spell and not just like a physical ability. Oh, well. Boss got pulled. Let's kick her, make her join the group. Now we can AoE cleave them down. Let's see what kind of damage we're working with here. Warlock's doing decent damage. Mage ain't doing too bad either. I like being frozen for 8 seconds. What was it? Oh, I got dispelled. Very nice. No critter. None of that business. Although if she cast it on me, I don't think she can polymorph me because I'm a druid and I'm shapeshifted. When you're shapeshifted, you're immune to polymorph effects. There we go. Okay. Speed everyone up. Oh. The mage went to pull more, I guess? Because that's what it looked like to me. Oh no, what the heck is going on? How is this person getting aggro? I don't understand. I'm gonna line of sight around here. I'm silenced. Just gonna keep frenzied regen up. Silenced yet again. Gonna use my Dream of Cenarius while I can. Gonna try and interrupt all of that. I'm yet again silenced. I'll use a Dream of Cenarius, not a Dream of Cenarius, a Frenzy Regen. Spamming Iron for the whole time. Okay, well that was much messier than it needed to be. I don't know how that person was grabbing aggro off me while I was pulling. I guess I didn't have any aggro to begin with. Use this to get around a bit quicker and we'll dash ahead. I don't know, that was a little bit confusing. Oh, sorry. I said when the queue started, I said I would explain a bit about crafting for people who don't know. But basically, why is crafting something so expensive? You'd think like somebody who already has the skill can just do it as a freebie. But the issue is when you're crafting very high quality, very difficult to craft equipment, you have to use what's called Illustrious Insight. And Illustrious Insight costs metal to make. I believe 50 metal to create 5 Illustrious Insight. And it's quite expensive. Or is it just 1 Illustrious Insight? I'm not sure. At any rate, I'm not much of a crafter. I pay others to do that for me. Because I don't know much. But I do know that basically the metal material that I mentioned, you only get it from very specific activities in the game. Or not activities. You only really get it from getting specialization points and knowledge points for your profession, and those are increasingly hard to get as you progress your profession because there's fewer and fewer things you haven't done yet in your profession, and you mostly get it from first time crafts. There are weeklies that you can do to get more knowledge points. There are certain things and activities in the game that you can do to get more knowledge points, but at a certain point it slows down very, very much so. And that's the reason why metal is so expensive, because it's actually a huge grind to get that. So people value their metal quite a bit if they do a lot of crafting. So you'll see that there are crafters who can do just about everything, but they charge an arm and a leg to do it, while there are crafters that are only able to do a few things who don't charge as much. And those that don't charge as much, basically it's because they have more metal than the other person, and they value it less because they have more of it. and that metal is what's expensive. And also, it's perfectly fair to charge if you spent so much time leveling your profession and getting it up to snuff and making sure that it's really, really good so that you can craft all these crazy items, then yeah, it's fair to charge for all the work you've put into it. It's the same when you're paying for a designer. You'll pay a designer a good chunk of money to create, like, for instance, a logo or something, or some sort of design, and it takes them like a day to do it, right? And you're like, why am I paying so much for you to do like one day of work or a few hours of work? Well, you're not paying just for the few hours of work, you're paying for the years and years of experience and all the tools they use and learned how to use, and all of that knowledge on how to make a good design. You're paying for that. You're not just paying for the 2 hours that they spent there, because they're not packing salami in a meat factory or whatever, which is also a valid skill set, not to diminish that. But you get what I mean. It's not just like this repetitive, easy thing to do. It's something that requires a lot of refining. So that's what you're paying for. Same with crafting. If somebody's able to craft something at 447 item level with like an embellishment and pre-picked stats so you can choose exactly which stats you want on your item, you're going to pay them a nice hefty fee because they work their ass off to be able to do that. Or they just got started really, really early in the expansion. Because right now, if you're just starting crafting, oh, this is going to be a rough pull. I'm going to shut up here about crafting for a second. Survival instincts. I'm stunned. I'm going to use my Cenarius thing. Luckily, I am holding aggro. I'm going to kick that tranquility. I'm going to use my roar to interrupt the other tranquilities. I don't think I need to interrupt that one. They can die through it. But if they were all channeling tranquility at the same time, they would have been healing quite a bit. This mage really just wants to pull. That's like their main priority, is pulling. And I really don't like people who do that, especially when I'm already pulling quite a bit and quite quickly. But some people are just greedy like that. I had to scratch my nose there for a second. But yeah, anyway, I was talking about crafting. I think it's perfectly fair to charge a good hefty fee for your crafting. Even some crafters would disagree with that because it's like, hey, I'm just pushing a button. But yeah, but you worked really hard to be able to push that button, right? Don't sell yourself short. If you're a crafter, charge the crap out of your services. Make people pay for them. You earned that. You earned that right to charge them for it. Don't charge them so much you can't get anything sold, but you get what I mean. Anyway, that's enough of the crafting rant. Maybe my left-leaning socialist aspirations are showing a bit here. The Soviet anthem starts playing. Anyway. Gonna target the tender so I can kick when they do the tranquility. I pulled the boss with this because there's no reason to. We can just cleave him down. Watch the knock up here. Okay, there's the first tranquility. The other one might die before they cast it. Okay, that works. Oh, I leveled up 56. Even though I don't have any quests to do in these dungeons, I'm still leveling quite quickly. I think in 2 episodes I got from 51 to 56. This is pretty good. Yeah, I need to use talents more, or I need to allocate talent points more often. Your next Rigo? I don't really need that, do I? Alright, I'll look at that after the dungeon. I have to run, go fast, otherwise the mage is going to go ahead of me and pull. Alright, we're going to target the tender so I can kick the tranquility when she starts casting it. Go ahead, cast it. I dare you. I double dog dare you, dude. Yeah, she's afraid. Okay. Oh, actually, I can speed everyone up. Here you go, guys. Go fast. Charge over to this person. Alright, activate all of that. Mage is going the other side, I believe. Yep, they're going to activate it. I'll just get into position to tank the boss. It's good. Good coordination. Recognize what the other person's doing. Alright, let's go. Go berserk. Mash Iron Fur. This is very irritating that she's like, I'm just jumping in place and she's moving left and right. This is a bit annoying for this boss because she does a tail swipe, so when she moves like that, I'm worried that she's going to smack somebody with her tail. Use my Dream of Cenarius proc on the Warlock there, because he's just standing still taking all the stacks of the damage. Yeah, see, this one has 6 stacks, 7 stacks here. They finally moved, so it went away. Oh, I did not even realize there was a piece of trash in the back. Piece of trash sounds so bad, actually. There was a trash mob in the back. I did not realize that. Because I was too busy talking about the stacks from the debuff and stuff. Anyway, let me grab this. Drop this over here. Equip these for appearances. Yes, thank you. There we go. We learned that appearance. And this is an upgrade. I'll take a bunch of secondaries versus 1 stamina. For sure. Belt's not an upgrade. Back's not an upgrade. Chest is still... It's sad that this cloth chest is so much better, even without the agility. Anyway, that was the second dungeon for this run. I had to wait for 10 minutes or so, or 11 minutes or so to get into that dungeon, just to not get a quest again. I don't know if I should switch back to TBC or what I should do, because TBC has a little bit better density. I don't know. And there's still a few... Oh, nice. That's old. There's still a few dungeons in TBC that could give me quests, so maybe I could just... I think I'll do that, yeah. I'll switch back to TBC, and then in the next episode, we'll do a TBC dungeon. Let me do that. Select the different timeline, back to Portal to Outland, and back to abandoning this quest. I've been switching back and forth quite a bit, but can you blame me? I don't want to wait 10 minutes again. Although then again, I might wait 10 minutes for TBC as well. Who knows? I said I would assign these talent points. I'm going to finally grab Ursol's Vortex, so that I can do the wombo combo where I put down Ursol's Vortex and then I use Typhoon to knock enemies out of it, and then the Ursol's Vortex pulls them back in. This is a very nice way to use Typhoon for an interrupt while still keeping your mobs grouped. And on the other side, I'm going to go ahead and use... What am I going to use? I'm going to use... I don't care about Lunar Beam. Not really. I like Loon's Favored, and you are healed for 40% of all arcane damage done. Heck yeah, I'll take that. And 10% more arcane damage in general. Very nice. So we got the Vortex, and we got the extra damage for arcane and healing with arcane damage. Cool. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.